Do you know what? If these things had flipping brains, they'd be blinking dangerous. Hi guys, welcome back. This is episode 5. I'd like to thank everybody for the comments and the suggestions, and also I'd like to welcome all the new subs that have signed up or subscribed, should I say, since the last episode. So we have been quite successful with these bristle blossoms. We have got plenty of food and not needing to worry about harvesting those. I have had some comments over these thumbleweeds because one of the comments that was made was that they need to have... Where did that one go? Ah, they've been planted. They need to have potentially a liquid Tepidizer with a Thermo switch on it. Now, I think that based on what the environment is like in this area, I don't think I actually need too many or to modify this any further than it is currently. This is because we've obviously got this section, this biome here, which is warm, and so that's generating heat into this area. The water that's come down from above was about 35 degrees originally. It's now dropped down to about 34, but it's probably my fault for putting 30 odd ton of polluted ice in there. So I think that they're quite happy in there. They need between 25, I think, 25 and 45. So we are mid-range on temperature there. So I've also harvested about 50 odd fibres, so 53 fibres. So I've had quite a few plants in this area, but unfortunately it looks like you have to manage them the same way as your mealwood because they don't provide seeds afterwards. So just to give you a heads up what we've done in the last 20 odd cycles or so, let me just slow this down. So basically, looking at this area, we have a lot of slime, etc., and water all the way around with the cold biome here. Let me just go to the temperature so you can see how that is really affecting things. So what I've decided to do, obviously I've put this ladder in with a pump down here to start freeing the water. I've dug out this area slightly. And I'm actually just working my way along here now just because I want something to... I'm using mesh tiles just to capture anything that falls down rather than allowing it to fall to the bottom, and that's also why I've put this mesh tile here, is anything above it will sit on there, the water will go straight through without any problems. So my plan is to release all this water so that we can fill up the this little reservoir. We do have a lot more water down here that I never noticed before. So what I might do is once this all starts to be used up through the fertilizers, because I think I'm only just about keeping up. Yeah, I'm only just about keeping up with the demand for fertilizer. So that is quite astounding, the amount of fertilizers that we are going through. So I'm going to just pop that in. Actually, I want a few more. Actually, I'm going to go straight up. I want to, yeah, I didn't think I had. There we go. I want to start releasing all the waters that's around us, and I want to do it nice and easy so that I am not having any drownings on any part. Why aren't you moving? There we go. That should do it. Yeah, that's priority 9. There we go. Right. We've also had a number of suggestions for who to... Oh, that's gold, actually. Let me just grab that. A number of suggestions for names. I'm going to leave it open for another few episodes so that it gives as many people as possible an opportunity to have a share and to be part of this. So let me, I didn't slow it down. Okay, so that's going to obviously evacuate all that water down to the bottom, and we're gonna, let me actually dig up this one as well, because they'll do reach 4, won't they? So, and yeah, let's just do 2 there. Yeah, priority, and that'll let those out. And if we do 4 there, that should be fine as well. So what have we got here? We've got a stifled one there. Let's set that priority 9 to actually get him out. And what's these guys doing? Where are they going? Oh, they haven't done that yet, so let's just dig out that area so they can actually get to this area over here. Forcing them to go the long way around, and if I'm not careful, they are going to get themselves trapped, because they won't want to go through too much water. Mind you, I think that should. There we go. Where are you going? Where are you going, little man? What are you doing? Where are you going? Who are you? You're just waiting for a shortcut. There we go. Right, okay. So actually now I can happily dig this area out because he won't get trapped. That one. Right. Okay, that's slowly going. What's that? Sedimentary rock and algae. Okay, so a few more in there. That's good. So what also I asked for your input on was what to do with this area over here. Now I have dug it all out and cleaned it all up. So we're literally, there's nothing in there that's going to leak any water anywhere, because I did actually have a compactor up here with polluted ice, which was dropping or melting every so often, which would then flood, which was fun trying to work out why that was actually happening, because I was never here or looking around here when it happened, and I just had water everywhere. So that's just typical. So I've been looking at this area. The temperature seems to be a perfect sort of temperature to have my farm moved into here. So all these bristle blossoms, and we have got 153 seeds. So plenty of seeds to be working with. So I was thinking along the lines of having it as twofold, because I had thought in the past of using this area, because the stone is so cold, is to actually use, ooh, that's interesting. That is very interesting. That's really getting warm up there. Was to actually use the water and the weezeworts to cool down water that's come from here, that's been either from the geyser that's here, or somewhere here it is, either water from there to cool into this area, or to have water going over a battery farm, which will become part of my power management, because I need to get some better systems in place at the moment. Because if I look at the power grid, I've got 2 circuits, one this side which is constantly overloaded, along with this little one here, and again that is just not happy. Basically, you know, it's got a lot on it just for one little guy running like that. So I think I'm going to need to do something about this temperature to start with. It's actually a lot warmer than I thought it was going to be up there. What temperature? Let me just pause this for a second. So we're getting 24 degrees, and we are getting it down. The oxygen coming out. Come on, let's pick you up. Gas pipe contents 19.7, 19.3, 18. So it's coming out relatively cool. But the problem is, as soon as it's entering this area, it's actually getting really warm. So I think what I need to do is 20 degrees, 20 grief, okay. Really just jumping up in temperature. The longer it sits in that pipe, which is not a good thing. Okay, need to keep an eye on that. Now I've also dug out this section here in preparation for extending the base up so that I can actually start incorporating some new sleeping quarters. You also may have noticed that we've jumped up a number of dupes. So we want to start naming some of these. So I'm going to start with naming Abe, I think. No, let's have a look. Yeah, I think I'm going to have Abe. I'm going to rename him. He's going to be he's going to be Murphy. Yeah, so that leaves 7 of the current dupes that need to be named. So again, give us your suggestions and we can start naming those, but please make sure they're family friendly. And I think I'm gonna actually put in the farm over here while I think of how I'm going to cool this down, because I think really I want to get that hydrogen generator and the battery out of this cool area. So that it doesn't have too much more effect, because that is quite significant. Okay, so let's go off here now. Let's put in destruct. Slow you down, actually. Destruct building. Now I think I'm going to have the 2 full systems. So I think I'm going to put the food in, like I originally planned. And I'm also going, press the shift key would help. I'm also going to put in insulated tiles, because I don't want to get in too cold for these guys down here. I've done it again, haven't I? Press the shift. So I want, let's see. That should be a decent enough water area. So if I was to put food would help. So we put food on here. So how many is that? Food, ration box, 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So we've got 16 there. If we go for a further 16 above, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to go for gas permeable tiles in between, but I'm actually, that's what I meant to do. Can I make this out of? No, I can't. I was wondering whether I could actually make the insulation tiles out of where is it? Wolframide, because that's supposed to keep everything cool. So we'll do that, and then we will insulate up. Not again. Don't worry. Then we're going to put more food. Okay, so let's just think about this. I want, this should be able to reach canvases. Okay, that should do. And then I think, let's take out those tiles there, because I really do not want any mesh tiles above the base there, because it needs to be. Oh, okay. Can do that. If I put the right things in place. Yeah, I don't really want any mesh tiles which will allow anything to fall through from above. Okay, so I've also put this mechanized airlock over here in preparation for extending into this area, because I think I'm gonna. This has worked really well. This double airlock. I had to change it to a mechanized airlock from the manual airlock because it was a case of one dupe would end up here, one there, and as that one opened and went through, that one would open and that would close. So basically, it worked well to stop too much polluted air heading this way, and these vents were doing a grand job keeping the pressure up. Let's just quickly go there. Yeah, so he's at pressure, but I'm not getting enough oxygen through here to keep it constantly up to pressure. So I think it was working really well, that. So I'm going to mirror that over this side so that we can ensure that don't have any issues with any dupes. Not worried about that, so I'll put in some oxygen. So I want again a deodorizer in the middle there, and I will need power. Moment I've only got power on this side, so I'm not really that fussed, because this is going to become my primary power house, as it were, for the batteries, etc. And I'll run the cables around and into the base, so that and up and over, as it were, through these tiles and into the base, so that I'll have two routes, down and up, and a higher one, just so that we can actually keep the circuits separate and enable us to be able to, what am I trying to say? Yeah, just basically keep the circuits separate so that they don't overload. I think it's only a maximum of a couple of kilowatts that you can actually have on each circuit, and I think maximum 2 wattage, and I'm trying to send through 3.4. So yeah, that's kind of why I need to be considerate over what I'm actually connecting to it. So what have we got on this side? This side, yeah, 2.5 circuit wattage. So that's not too bad, that side. I'm not draining that much, which is good. Get this done. We'll start. Get one level done to start with. Look at that. Stinky's stuck in the door. And he's able to build from inside. That's good. So make sure I've got someone who can do arts. 10, 7. Yeah, okay, that'll do. I'm happy with those, because a creative 7 will create masterpieces, which is what I really want. So as I say, we've got 8 dupes. Let's see whether we've got a 9th. Oh, look at that. That is perfect. Narcoleptic. Do you know what? I can live with that now that we've got to the stage of I can control who goes in and who goes out of the base with those mechanized doors. So that'll be perfect. Lindsay, you're welcome. Come aboard. And let's just change your jobs so you are predominantly power. So we want athletic, anything athletic. Yeah. So you are going to do that majority of the running. I'll take Josh off and I'll take those 3 off. So you should always go to one of those wheels. Also, because this seems to be getting overheated and I want to be able to cool stuff down, I need to put in some more wheezewort seeds down this area. So we're going to be putting them in like we did before, chucking in a storage compactor, and then taking them out. So that is quite adventurous to have that many, but I think it'll happen over time, and I'll actually put a ladder in preparation on the basis that I'll just open that up. Hang on, what we're doing. Yeah, I'll open that tile up there when I need to access down here, because I will be putting some. Actually, I'll put those in place because I will be putting some pipes here to drop water directly onto these wheezewort seeds. Nope, there's no. That's fine. Not worrying too much at this moment in time. I'm going to get this all built before I start planting anything, and get all my artwork in place so that everything is. And then I'll pause it and put all my seeds in at the beginning or overnight, as it were, so that the first thing these guys will try and do is hopefully to plant a load of seeds. Let's see what else we've got going on. So fertilizer, I don't have enough, so I'm really going to need to get some more in here. So I think let's just digging out that. We'll drop that water down. So we've got plenty of water there. And if I put in diamond fertilizers, and we put put that like that. We can do the plumbing, the water pipe, go in, and then the electricity. Start using that one. So I set this lot to priority 9, no, to priority 9. Then hopefully we'll be able to start producing sufficient. I need to sweep in here. Now let's harvest those. See, they're quite happy there. So that must be working really, really well. So in the temperature wise, so we've still 26, 28, 30, 31, 32 to 32. Yeah, so we're ranging from the cold 26 to 32. So we're well within the scope. I think I will take that ice out of there because I don't want that cooling the area down anymore. So let's just pop him there. Put a mesh tile underneath him. And you can have the ice in there. Let's see who we've got. No chance. It's not cooking, medicine, learning. Do you know what? Those are skills that I'm not exactly fussed on. I'm not entirely sure whether the learning has any other bearing on it other than while doing research. Again, he's narcoleptic and yes, he's stressed. So Turner, What are you, artist? Yeah, creative. You're in. So that's good. Let's just reduce what he can do. So we're going to come back to cooking, not fussed on. Creative, you're a 7 compared to Josh and Murphy. That's fine. Compost and tinkering, not fussed on that. Learning, no. No, I would like you actually. Do you know what? I want you to become more athletic. So I'm actually going to knock that off, the same as Lindsay, so that we can get you up. So yeah, as a priority, who can we knock off here? So we've got Marie. Yeah, Marie, you can come off, and you can start tinkering. There's no composting to do, so athletic tinkering. Yeah, we'll leave you as the way you are there. So what's going on with these? No power. Do I put another wheel in? And I think I'm going to have to put it in here because I don't really want to have don't really want them working in this area and adding more heat into the area. So to make things hopefully a little less stressful for them, put some decor items in. Right, how much, let's just pause that. How much fertilizer have we got? We have got 300 kilos. Do you know what? I'm going to go for this. So, back in a moment. Okay, so they're all planted up, so hopefully as soon as they come out in the morning, or when they wake up, that's one of the first things they will start doing. And I'm going to uproot these, because I don't really want them growing too far. Because we've got more than enough food. So let's see whether they start. Yes, there we go. And they're all stifled because there's not enough fertilizer. Please tell me I have enough. Right, let's just deconstruct these because I want this fertilizer. So, there we go. Okay, now you're probably saying there's not enough toasty environment. Yeah, it's toasty environment. That's just typical. Let's see what our temperature is. Ooh, it's pushing it. So we need to stop these operations. And that's going to, let's just turn that off actually. Disable and disable. Let's just see how that affects temperature. Because that should actually reduce the temperature quite significantly. These guys are going to be improving their athletics quite significantly, so that'll be good as well. Why aren't you actually mopping that? Oh my goodness me, how much? Ah, dear. Right. We want dirty water there. Yeah, don't need anyone else. Priority. Oh, that's a 9, thank you very much. Ah, no. You know, I'm going to wait until this is done, and then I will go in and mop that again. Something's just releasing it constantly. Right, let's just dig through here. Just so that any more water comes down here will get captured in this section. So these are stifled because the surrounding is a little too warm. It's going over 23 degrees, which is what we don't want. That's not cooling down. It's not worked as well as I'd hoped to start with, so it's a little bit of a boo-boo on my side. We need just to do that, really. Few mesh tiles in just to stop anything going into the base. Set those to a priority higher. Yeah, they'll get done, and then those will be done afterwards, so that's fine. So at least there's somewhere for the water. Anything that does come down, it'll hit that tile and then go below. So we also need to start thinking about these Weezewort seeds, which we were after. So I want to extend this up. I'm going to go, let me have a look what the temperature does. Yeah, I'm going to go up this side because I don't really want more water coming down on me at this moment. So I'd rather have a way of capturing it. So I've seen a few people do it where they are using a bit of a trap, water trap, so it gives them an opportunity to go and mop it up should any water fall down in there. Let's change that to priority 9 as well, because I really want those Weezewort seeds. Let them get going on there. I think I'll also put in a airlock actually there, because then these guys will easily get through there, and it should stop any water coming through, and then losing any pressure out of the area, which will be the primary reason. So, we happy with our production? So look at our power grid. We want 2.8. Yeah, we're coping with that. Okay. Is this temperature going down? It's 24 degrees. No, it's going up if anything. It's 10 degrees there. Do you know what? I'm going to put gas permeables in. Then hopefully that will... I don't do every single one. No wonder they're not doing anything with that. Where have we got with that? So another day we should be up in here. And I think what I will do is I will dig also this direction. Go and get those two over there. Use my ladders as usual, just to allow them to go through. Should be fine. Let's see what temperature that air is coming out at. 17 degrees. So that should be having some sort of effect in cooling down. Not a great deal because it's only a bit of... Oh! Do you know what? If these things had flipping brains, they'd be blinking dangerous. And let's do that. I don't want anyone. I need them to get them out. Red alert. Yeah, because you've been stupid. Right. There we go. Get out of there. 3 of them stuck. I'm surprised I didn't get any notification on that. I was actually very surprised. I think we'll leave it there for this episode. So we've been able to introduce a new farming area. We've got things prepared for this to become a water reservoir of clean water. Once I get the water purification and power plant in place on this side of this slime bio. We're actually at the edge of the map here, so that'll be quite useful to do that here, and then have it coming in and then down here, so that we're actually going through a number of Wheezewort seeds. If you like what you've seen, please hit that subscribe, give me a thumbs up, give us a comment, and don't forget you've still got an opportunity to name the dupes. That's Murphy out.